Peace to the flight family. Before we dive into today's conversation, a quick but critical reminder. The content of this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. We are here to spark dialogue and share perspectives, but this show is not a substitute for professional, medical advice, diagnosis, or psychiatric treatment. If you or your spouse are navigating a mental health condition, or if you are in a crisis situation, please consult a licensed healthcare professional or mental health therapist immediately. Resources and emergency hotlines are listed in the description. With that being said, what do you do when the person you swore to love in sickness and in health starts to act like a stranger in your own home? Lean in. This conversation is going to get a little heavy.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome. Thank you for boarding with Land Your Plane podcast. You're on flight 34.
Shut the fuck up.
You are on flight 34. There we just had a few. I'm alongside with my flight attendant. Introduce yourself.
Good evening. This is Venus Noir, yours truly, and I'm bringing and the divine, sacred, divine feminine energy into the flight, and I am ready for takeoff.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from Auntie Uncle you ain't know you had. I'm here for this flight. You know what I'm saying? I done went through TSA. I planned it. I done paid extra for my personal bags. That bag was not, I shouldn't have had to pay extra for that. And they switched this ever since my Spirit flight got canceled. So I'm here. Let's go.
Let's do it.
It's your boy Money Bags Extraordinaire. I put the money in the bag so extraordinary. AKA Nixon 4, AKA Let's Get It.
Yes, sir. Nixon 4. How y'all feeling? How y'all living today, man? What's going on with y'all?
I woke up today just for this.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking one day at a time and counting my blessings each day as each day goes by. Thank you for asking.
Blessed and highly favored. Just, enjoying life. Got some good news. You know what I mean? When my alarm went off, so it's a blessing.
Yes, sir. No complaints over here. Today, we're going to be breaking down the ultimate invisible marriage couple killer, mental illness. When clinical paranoia, deep depression, or mania enter a bedroom, standard communication advice flies out the window. Suddenly, a simple conversation becomes a psychological debate where both partners fight for emotional survival. Then we're going to look at some scenarios that happen behind closed doors. What's the first thing that comes to mind when y'all hear mental health, mental illness? Man?
Stability.
Good word.
What was that, Brother Jim?
Stability.
What else?
I think depression, anxiety comes to mind.
Okay.
My grandmother, she definitely had diagnosed mental health issues. So when I think about mental health, when somebody having mental health or not having it, that's the first person that comes to my brain.
Oh, you said who is what's the first person you think about?
My
Or
grandmother, my mother's mother. Minnie Pearl Jordan. It's the first person I think of when I think of mental health.
Yeah, I'm confused. I thought you said what you think about mental health.
Yeah, what comes to mind? Mental illness, mental health,
Okay, I
paranoia,
got it.
depression, mania. What comes to mind, or what's your thoughts on it? What comes to my mind is support, therapy, a safe space, wellness centers, wellness groups, um, PTSD, coping mechanisms, unaliving, suicide, depression. I said that. Mood swings. Um, what else comes to mind?
That's a long list, bro.
I mean, this is what comes to mind when I think of mental health.
I didn't know we had one answer.
No, your answer is your answer. That's why I asked you. What comes to mind? You could, if you got more to add to it, hold on.
No, I wait till future conversations. But stability.
Respectfully, I would say that self is not a thing that is solid. It stays solid. It's a fluid. Yourself is a fluid thing. You are not who you were yesterday. Who you are today. So the self is always forever changing. So people that do have some of these, clinical diagnoses or haven't died or are walking around undiagnosed, what else comes to mind is severe outcomes. Because the leading death of men is suicide. Not what they put on the news, not the stuff that's happening you feel me? As far as with gunplay. It says the leading thing of death of men is suicide. So that also comes to mind when I think of that too.
You just a quick question. Men kill themselves more than women,
What you mean?
as far as what you just said. That's just a question.
It's 3 to 4 more times a man is gonna commit suicide more than a woman.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
All right, so y'all got your thoughts. Let's get to the first scenario. What you say?
He's just killing himself.
With security camera obsession. A husband battling clinical paranoia installs 6 new security cameras around the house. He stays up until 3 a.m. tracking motion sensors, completely convinced that the neighbors are planning to break in and ruin his family reputation. First question to the gentleman
He's
is:
trying to be white.
if my brain is screaming that we are in danger, how can I be a competent protector if my own wife refuses to back me up and call me crazy?
Or senile.
You said what?
I said or senile. You know that word comes up a lot. Senile.
Senile is like dementia.
Yeah, that's what they're alluding to. Me personally, if there's a like, women have gut feelings, so men have them too. We all see movies where the neighbor, and we all got kids, and we all want to protect. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just protection, and they get misguided. Some women get misguided of protection and What's the word I'm looking for? Like bossy, like bully, bossy. The relationship. They misguide themselves from protection to bossy. So if a man feels the way he feels, that's his own feeling. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But six
Let me
cameras,
let me explain. Yeah, let me explain it. The
six cameras was
scenario,
it the purge?
the scenario this person is dealing with clinical paranoia. So that's why he installed the SIG camera, and he feels that his neighbors is going to do something. So that's why
Yeah, but
he's
his
threatening.
yeah, but the person's thoughts is their own of why they're doing it. We're just speaking. If it was just me, I wouldn't install six cameras, bro. There's four. One, two, three, four, the most. Three, two, one on top. And you could do angles differently. But six cameras, he got beef, cuz I got beef in the streets. And he's trying to protect his family, cuz that's just jokes aside. But I don't know. If he feels the way he feels, or the person feels the way they feel, to each his own. And the way we live now, you're gonna have to put them up. You want every angle. Right? I want to do six. Like I said, I want to do six, but I just do angles of this happened. I got it on camera. And I land my plane.
I would say, honestly, just keeping it all the way with you, I don't understand. I get how it could be fake annoying, but I feel like it's one of those situations where unless we running a legal operation out of our house, it's not going to hurt us. Like we're doing everything legal. We have protection to the house. Overprotection, it can seem weird, but if we don't catch that, we might catch one of the kids sneaking out after curfew or something. We got these cameras. It's going to be helpful. You know what I mean? At least I'm not trying to sneak another girl in the house and nothing like that. You know that it'll be on camera. You know what I mean? So
Don't take it there, bro.
no, I'm just giving an example of how to me it's like
I know. I'm just joking.
I can I get you. Yeah, I can see how somebody could be mad a little bit about it, but really, where's the hurting? I guess it's expensive wise because I'm spending money on it. But again, like I said, it can be helpful. If nobody attacks, it's like buying a smoke detector. If there is no fire, yeah, it seemed like I was bugging out by buying all these smoke detectors. But if a fire does occur, it works out. So I feel like as
Yeah.
long as I'm not taking the money from the rent money to turn in or the electricity is getting cut off or whatever, and we still got water running, and instead of buying some Jordans, I want to buy some cameras. Okay, we got cameras around the house now. We safe. I think it's all about how you look at it because, like I said before, it's protection, and it's definitely more appropriate in this day and time when we leave town for vacation. Somebody try to break in, they don't know they breaking in Fort Knox. We got everything cameraed up. So I think that a lot of times I can't speak for women, but I have been in a relationship with women mostly. I've never been with a man, so I don't know how it would be to be with a man. But my point is I think that women don't pick their battles correctly. You know what I mean? It's like pick your battles. Pick it.
So, can I interject for a moment? Because
No, you can't.
no, I'm not trying to cut you off. I don't want to
I'm
cut you
joking.
listen,
No, I'm joking. I'm
but
joking.
I want to just
Hey,
because
it's just
it,
jokes.
I got cut off. Like the I had a like an interference. I got cut off. So I want to just kind of find out exactly what you guys are talking about. Because I'm first. I know he said something about the question. But can you fill me in a little bit? I think I'm a little lost.
It's about a guy who
Put
suffers from
cameras up.
schizophrenia, who wants to put cameras up in his house, 6 cameras, and his wife initially has an issue with the cameras because his reason for putting the cameras is a belief that his neighbors that are closest to him are trying to do something to him, and she doesn't agree with that. She don't think that that's a reason to have cameras.
Okay, so I didn't hear that part. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
not to mention, Mo, she probably cheating on him. She
Yeah,
probably
that's what
cheating
I'm
on
gonna start
niggas.
thinking of. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Now
know
that you said that, I'm
why you
like,
don't want.
she could be cheating, man.
What is your problem? What is the cameras gonna hurt?
Just throw that shit. But I'm sorry, sister. It just rung in my head. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna land with that.
Sorry, you had a question, V?
Well, I wanted to make
You
sure I was
got
on the
that one?
same. I want to make sure I was on the same sheet of paper as everybody else.
Gotcha.
And but with schizophrenia, that's a very difficult. Especially if it's paranoid schizophrenia, because I think there's schizophrenia, then there's paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah, this scenario is dealing with paranoia. So
And
that's why her husband is battling clinical paranoia instantly. Oh no. No, he wants to install six new.
It did articulate one paranoia, like cameras in the house type shit.
Yeah, this scenario
That's what I was
specifically.
answering.
This scenario specifically is dealing with paranoia. Now the
Right.
husband is battling that, and he installs 6 new cameras around the house. He stays up until 3 a.m. tracking motion sensors, completely convinced that the neighbors are plotting against him or to break in his house to ruin his family. So that is the scenario based around paranoia. So yeah.
wow, I actually am familiar with someone who's going through something similar to that. And so the question is, would you agree with your husband to put the cameras up?
The question was for the males, and he is saying, how can he protect his family if his wife refuses to back him up and calls him
Mm.
crazy?
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm all caught up now.
I was
It'd be on
saying,
you. Oh, she answered it.
No, he said the question was for the males.
We already answered it.
no, yeah, they answered. You could, if you had any questions for them based on what you heard or whatever.
No, no, I don't have any questions. I heard their answers.
Respectfully,
Yeah.
I
No
was say,
comment. I want one. You know what I mean, Mo? We deserve one. I'm
No, that
sorry,
means
bro.
she
I'm
agrees.
sorry, bro.
That means she agrees
Yeah.
with everything we said. That's what it shows. That we don't have there's no disagreement there. We're good. Don't worry about it.
Always
All
trying to
right.
like in the scenarios that's presented on the show. I always try to put myself in the scenarios. I use my imagination
Okay.
and put myself in the situation so I can really sense, like what it would feel like, but what I do in that situation. mm, That's a hard call, because on one hand, you don't want your husband to be paranoid and and sometimes it's hard to believe that a person, you don't know what that feels like to that person, that paranoid type feeling. And you may not even understand it completely because you don't have it. Um, so agreeing with your husband to put the cameras up, you may wonder, am I feeding his paranoia? As a wife, you're like, am I feeding his paranoia? I don't want to feed it. I want to try to come to a solution where he's less paranoid. But
Would you feel more safe?
you always feel safe with security cameras for in today's climate of security and so forth. There's always a sense of feeling more safe. But this
So
is this
what if you if he does what would be your problem with it?
if he was being, it's one thing to put up a few cameras, maybe one in the front, one in the back, just but if he's trying to put it up on every corner of the house, every door, every window, then is an extreme. That's it. That would be my concern because if someone is struggling with paranoia, that can be very extreme. They feel that everyone's trying to get them or kill them. And sometimes if you agree to it, just like, am I feeding his paranoia? Or how can I interact that? Oh honey, maybe we can put up cameras here and here, but we ain't got to put a camera in every angle of the house, front yard, backyard, every corner of the yard, every corner of the house, every window.
But wouldn't I
That's
say, can I ask a question? Not to cut you off, though, V. Wouldn't that maybe subside his paranoia because of the fact that he has a camera everywhere? Like, come on, we got these cameras everywhere. Ain't nothing happening. If you tell me I can't put a camera in a certain spot, I'm gonna be still paranoid about that spot. Now I'm paranoid about you to choose a reason why you wouldn't let me put a camera there, because that's what I'm gonna be worried about, that one spot where I didn't put the camera. But if I put a camera everywhere I want to and nothing happens, maybe that'd be the evidence and proof I need to maybe lose some of my paranoia.
Right.
I'm just giving that scenario. I
That's serious
very valid,
because
very valid point.
if you help me, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm already suffering from paranoia, right? You're not helping me by telling me that camera don't need to go there, but you're helping me with every other camera. That shit don't. Now you just made me more paranoid. So not only am I suffering from the neighbors thinking they coming to get me, you cheating too. So I don't think y'all win on that type of shit.
I
Y'all
guess
won't win on that
as a
type of
wife, you
shit.
just have to agree to it just to keep the peace.
Like
Yeah,
you said, it comes out exhausting when a person wants to do all of this as the male. All right, I want to put the cameras up here. I want to do this. I'm up at 3 a.m. pacing, and it's still not enough. You feel me? Even the 6, it's still it becomes the partner of the wife. She becomes exhausted, like trying to navigate with him through this. He's terrified. How she should soothe it is they should team up with addressing the camera situation, not his actual paranoia, because he's clinical. There's nothing that she's going to be able to do that to fix that and
nothing.
address that. There's nothing that she
Yeah,
can do.
nothing.
How she could team up with them and help him so it could be them versus his paranoia is find a way to, you feel me, make sure that when all right, boom, we doing these cameras. I respect that you terrified. I respect that you paranoid.
don't say that to me. Don't say I'm terrified.
I mean, terrified.
They're gonna use them words though. They're gonna use the words to get you out of your thought process, right?
That's gonna piss me the fuck off. I'm terrified
Way
now.
off. Way off.
What is you? What's another word?
Apprehensive. Apprehensive and suspicious. Not terrified.
I was gonna go with suspicious. You feel me? But
if
you do suspicious,
I know that you're suspicious and shit.
No, but look, no, that's not paranoia. That's trying to catch a person in the act. Like I'm gonna see you leave the house.
That's what I'm not using that actual scenario. That's the one that y'all ran to. I'm using the actual as far as he brought this. He did what should happen.
It's all because of his neighbor. It's all because of his neighbor. Let's keep that in mind.
No, it's all because of his paranoia. It got nothing to do with neighbors because they could have lived. Well, that's the scenario we're going off of it. They could have lived in a trailer somewhere else off the grid. He would still have paranoia. You feel me? The location doesn't change it. It follows you or you. You follow you everywhere else. Everywhere you go.
No, I think that's a little bit different because you're gonna bring your paranoia wherever you go, guaranteed, right?
Who said that?
No. But certain spots you're gonna want to be there because that's where you want to be, right? You beat the paranoia because now you're not paranoid anymore. That's my take on it. You're not paranoid anymore. Now you're making up some other shit. Because if you around people and you're paranoid because somebody's gonna get you, then you go live in the fucking woods somewhere, and you're absolutely away from nobody. I mean, no one's around you type shit. You got to go to supermarkets and see the people. You're not paranoid anymore. You feel me? So, and that terminology, no, nigga, is you not no more. So you bringing that shit with you. Don't make it like you are you not anymore. Now you beat the paranoia. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. What should happen in that instance is she should, instead of making it about the cameras, because that, like you said, that's gonna lead to more suspicion, more digging in. She should confide in him and make it about their safety, where he feels more secure with that, versus her questioning why we need all of this, and now she's against the paranoia versus teaming up with it and making him feel, that's what I'm saying should happen in that situation. So, and a person dealing with that, you feel me? That's how it should move. Next question was for V. And this question is, how can I feel safe building a life with your partner when paranoia is turning a home into a prison and erasing your version of reality? It's how his question, but it's like you're asking the question. So I'm trying
Can you repeat that one more time?
to question. I'm gonna say it how it's worded. How can I feel safe building a life with you when your paranoia is turning our home into a prison and erasing my version of reality? So that would be the woman's question, and it would be like you're saying it to your husband. Are you here with us?
Okay, I'm here. Can you repeat the question?
All right. This question is like you're saying it to him.
Hmm.
How can I feel safe building a life with you when your paranoia is turning our home into a prison and erasing my version of reality?
That's a tough one. Um, it's a really, really tough one. And I really don't even know how to answer that question. I take mental health issues very seriously. And I've seen it, I've experienced it, I've lived it. My ex had bipolar. I'm almost been killed by men, you know, and in a situation where, some like a personality wise, the man may be harmless and that he's not an abuser, but with his paranoia, he's creating like, it would be one of the things if I was going to stay in the relationship, or in an effort to try to give him help, because it would begin to affect my mental health. If he's constantly paranoid. And some people know how to calm their partner, so they know how to do that. And that would, oh, honey, are you sure? Oh, well, maybe you're right. Some people know how to do that with their partner and help him to be more at ease and less paranoid. When you're creating a prison, for me, now my mental health is in question. It's going to impact um, the other partner's mental health. It just is. It
Mhm.
just is. Because if you're in prison, you're going to be depressed. You're going to have anxiety. You don't know what could happen at any given moment, and it's going to put you on edge. So there's a lot to consider when you're in a situation like. And as much as you may be in love with your significant other, it's how can I support my significant other without losing myself. And that is a very delicate, fragile, serious situation. And so maybe you can reach a place where you can get him, because I know, like, for my ex, he didn't like to take medication, and because it would affect his ability to perform intimately. So he hated the medication. So there's that consideration, like, because okay, he could agree to take medication, but now he can't get an erection. So once he can't get an erection, he doesn't want to take the medication. So I'm right back where I started, you know. And so
Can I
it's
speak?
around and hmm
You you're lagging a little bit,
oh yeah,
just a little bit.
okay.
I heard it though. I heard everything she said.
Yeah, listen,
We heard,
listen,
but you're just lagging a little bit.
listen. I heard exactly what you said, right? And I love you, my sister. But once again, 80, please do the question one more time.
There's an echo when you speak, Jim.
It definitely is.
Me? I'm not on nothing.
Yeah, it
You might
definitely
have
is
to
an echo out there.
Damn, man. I want no, not yet. It's still lagging.
back out and come back in.
Damn, I wanted that.
Pause.
I'll pass, bro. I land my plane. I wanted that one. I wanted to be platty, but I gotta do all this extra
We'll let
shit.
you go. We'll let you go. It
Yeah.
don't matter. Don't have a mental health issue. Relax. We aware.
Let them back in the building when they come.
As a man, I'll just answer the question just so it reads. And if he comes out, stop. It don't matter. Um, I think that I think I've said this before, so I hate sound like a broken record. But you can't allow your happiness or your dependency on your partner to be what keeps you solid, whether they got mental health or don't have mental health. You need to be able to have your own ideas of of what's good and what's bad. You need to have that, and because even a person doesn't have mental health issues, if it's dependent on, oh, this person set up a prison for me, you have to, you have to be like willing to not allow that to mess your day up or whatever your life. I'm not gonna let nobody set up a prison for me. I, you know, sad part and reality of my life is I've been to prison. So you can't set up a prison for me outside the gates. That's not a reality for me. I'm sorry. Like, you can't do that. I'm gonna know, like, I'm home, I'm free. There is no locks, there is no thing. So if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out. I'm not gonna be stopped and told I can't go out if I want to go out. That's not happening. So I think it's about what you're allowing and what you're not allowing. And unless you a kidnap victim, any relationship you in is super voluntary, so you can always leave it. If you don't like it, leave it. Or if you feel like it's controlling you that much, leave it. I have, my issues. I have opposition defiance disorder, so I have a problem with, my partner trying to control me. But I'm not gonna allow it. So they're most likely gonna have more of a headache than me over it, because I'm not gonna let you turn my life into a fucking prison just to keep yourself sane.
Jim,
Yeah.
question was, how can I feel safe building a life with you when your paranoia is turning our home into a prison and erasing my version of reality, or it will be your version?
The main goal is what we strive for. To have a woman with kids and protection. Now there's a story in there where you personally behind closed doors are gonna see who I am. It's your choice to stay or go. Now, the reason why we because you balance us a little bit of balance. Yeah, you could take away 4 or 5 cameras, but I'm still gonna have 4 up. I want 9, and you took away 5. Your goal is met, but my goal is met too. I'm still going to protect and provide. Right? The turning point, and I forgot Mother Earth certain comments, trying to get back and rush. Got certain points in her comment. You already gonna know who the fuck you dealing with in the year. Now you agreed to this motherfucking what it is with him. Right? So there's no prison. You know, it's not called prison. You only put yourself in prison when you get outside noise. But you're gonna be more protected than your friends are. Because at the end of the day, you strive to get a man just like that. I land. But there was something more I forgot to say. I don't want to waste the time.
We got all the time in the world, bro.
No, I was trying to get what Mother Earth was saying, but I got a little bit of it.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Your comments.
What about what comment? What comment were you referring to?
The jail part. When you said you don't want to be like a prison, you never been there.
But
Right?
what I'm saying, but the thing is, it's figurative how he is presenting the question.
Yeah.
If you're granted, I have not been incarcerated, but there are other prisons too that may not be incarceration is an actual physical.
But if you never been to prison, how you know what prison is?
If you don't feel free,
You can call it quits. You can't call it quits in prison. There's no you doing 3 years and then you like, nigga, I quit, man. Let me take me home, bro. I don't want to do this shit no more. That's not it. You can't
no.
do
But
that.
what I was saying is, if you start to feel imprisoned by your environment because of the paranoia of your significant other, then that's going to impact the other person's
What
mental.
if you feel in prison? What if you feel imprisoned by your kids? You gonna call out the same thing?
A situation that someone knows she's going through abuse from her daughter right now. So, and it's a very serious situation. There are situations like that. And, at the end of the day, you still have to figure out what's healthy. And then in her case, she has to figure out what's healthy for herself and her daughter. And so, so it's a question, okay, how do I do this? And the father's not in the picture.
See, it's a scenario for me. It's cool though. It's a scenario. That's what I want to lean on. Your scenario about that question. That's what made me ask you your entitlement. I'm in prison. I feel like I can't move because you got 17 cameras up. That's not imprisonment. That's the man making sure every aspect of his home with you in it, with the kids, are protected. How can you get an entitlement of saying, I feel like I'm in prison?
I
don't think.
prison.
Can I say something? Not to cut you off, Venus. Can I say something?
No,
I
please.
I don't think that she's really even representing the cameras anymore. She's just answering the question of that Nooch presented of the person who said, "How do you feel in love if you feel in prison?" Yeah, that's a good representation of it, I guess. Allegedly, if somebody put cameras up, but the cameras are not as important to the answer now. It's just the idea of somebody being in a relationship where they feel like the person is now everything they like. You know, they say like I guess it's all about word because it's figuratively. So it's like when somebody say I'm walking on eggshells, it doesn't mean I'm legitimately walking around the house with eggshells on the floor. You know, it's just the idea of it. That I'm walking around nervous or whatever. And even though if I'm not in prison, I still feel like this person is my warden or my CO because everything I do, I get a response or a punishment, or I'm going to get more. I'm going to the hole. Like if you was locked up, you get in trouble, you go to the hole. So that's what they're saying, that this person is now making me feel
that's not it, man. That's
I'm just
not
giving you
Yeah,
an
it.
well,
example.
you can't lose
Nah, I
the point. That's
respect
like
it.
you saying a man gonna do it like that,
That's
but you have
not
to
it though.
also realize if you're speaking from the scenario's point of view. You have clinical paranoia. So this is the things that you would be speaking from. You feel me? You're not speaking from an actual undiagnosed healthy point of view.
But how would they feel imprisonment when he wants to protect? That's
Be-
my dilemma.
because it's like I would say, let me not to cut you off, but I'm just saying I'm gonna try to give it to you again. The reason I would feel in prison is because
No,
you're
you're not
not
the one in prison. No, you're not the one in prison. We're just protecting
You could
our
you could
woman.
switch it around. You could switch it around. Now your wife has paranoia. She wants the cameras up. She wants to do this.
the reason
How
I
do
can
you
feel in prison is because she's saying, "Oh, I don't want nobody to come in and out of this house at this time. Oh, I don't want nobody in my kitchen at this time." She's putting times on stuff. She's putting all these recommendations as how much I could, how much I can eat, how much I can't eat, when I can leave, when I can't leave. Well, you
Well,
know,
I mean, that's definitely gonna be um bullying. Not so
bullying.
much imprisonment. It's bullying.
It's
It's taking
figuratively, like I
advantage
said, it's
of.
like if I said somebody had me
so
walking
you
on
think
shells, would you
somebody
think I'm really walking on eggshells? Or you get what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, man, I'm 47. I already
No,
got
I
that.
know you do. That's why it's one of those rhetorical questions. I know you
Yeah,
get
I got you,
it.
bro.
So it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, it doesn't mean prison exactly. It just means that is a similarity to what I feel. This person's acting like my warden, they're acting like my CO. Matter of fact, this person, I remember I had a girl who made me feel like I was on parole while I was on parole. Everywhere,
I'm not. Yeah, I agree with
every,
that. Like
everywhere I went, she wanted me to call her.
there were stipulations on that relationship. Granted, either you chose to abide by it or nigga, I'm not with it. But if you with the girl for 3 or 4 fucking months and it feels like that, or you with the nigga for 3 or 4 fucking and it feels like that, my thing is that it can never feel like that because you could walk away.
but you don't
Nigga,
have paranoia, so you
I
don't
got
know
no.
actually what's going on with them to know how that feels. How it would feel to feel suspicious all the time, to feel like people's plotting on you, to feel this anxiety and the other, emotions that go with paranoia. However, if she's expressing to you that we need these cameras and I need you out my kitchen by this time and I need this clean and I need this and I need this and I need this, then if you perceive it as bullying, then you don't know how to
Nah,
address
nigga,
what she's doing.
that's OCD. That's OCD. Ain't that OCD? Right? That's what it's called.
Whatever labels you want to throw it, you throwing other labels on top of it. We're dealing with
No,
paranoia.
we
Person
would
who's
say
paranoid.
for the woman that's OCD. Men, we just want something a certain way. Feel me? Like we all have rules to our relationship, but our manhood is always going to be the protecting part, the put the cameras up, we don't want you to feel like this. And if you ever feel like this, please, if you love me, I love you, come holler at me, type shit, right? We'll change it, we'll fix it. And I'm glad you pointed to my direction. And for the past two relationships, you felt yourself have to do this. And for the woman to tell you to put up cameras, their last 2 relationships, they had stalkers. Look, he's coming to kill you. Put these cameras up, please. I'm telling you, baby daddies is no fucking game to this world. But it'll just be different for men putting up cameras and the women wanting cameras up.
Well, it could be. I say if a woman or anybody who wants cameras up, to me personally, besides the fact they might suffer from schizophrenia or paranoia or whatever, to me personally, the first thing I want to know is where does it come from? You know what I mean? Like, did they have a house that got broken in before or something like that? Like, you know, or is it just your belief of trying to be safe or whatever, and this is your way you think you could be safe? Or do you have something else that I can go, oh, all right, this happened to me, and this thing happening is what causes me to feel like this. But if I really can't say anything that happened to where you need the cameras up, or maybe you watched a movie and you seen a show and it gave you the idea of how smart it would be to have cameras. Maybe you never even thought about it, but seeing these people with cameras made you think about how safe it could be to be like that. You know what I mean? I can understand that. That makes sense. You got growth or whatever from that. Respectfully, it's no beef. But I feel like at that time, it can feel annoying possibly. But to me, like I said, I always feel like I truly believe in the you remember that fairy tale, the little boy who cried wolf?
Yeah.
You know, I think, and most people talk about it for the lion aspect, right? But I think about it from also the aspect of somebody who's just lowering their voice. You know what I'm saying? From what they're saying, at the point where at one point you'll be worried if every day I come by and I'm saying to you that there's wolves going to be here, there's wolves going to be there. If it doesn't happen, after a while, you get tired of hearing that. It loses its importance. So I feel like people don't realize that when they argue, how important it is to pick what you argue about. Because after a while, it just sounds like your normal voice. So I'm not going to argue about the cameras if it might not be worth it. I don't want to waste my argument on that. Like, how many times are we going to argue in a week, or I'm going to argue in a week? I might have something else that really I have to stand on, and these cameras won't be it, or at least not yet. I might say I don't want a camera in my bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be, because people can hack people cameras and see what's going on in your house, and I don't want a camera where I'm in the shower at. No, I can't. So I might have a specific camera I have an issue with, but I'm gonna make sure whatever I'm bringing up to this person, that it is not just.
That's definitely. I'm sorry.
I'm not. Other than that, I'm going. No, you good. Other than that, I'm not. I'm gonna make sure I pick my battle, and I think that's the one thing that people don't think about in their mind. What am I creating this argument and tension for? And am I going to need to argue again? And if I is this worth me wasting it?
For us men, it's going to be 1 in the house and 3 outside. Right? The woman point of view, if she's the other way, she's going to have invest in alarms and cameras. Like, that's their paranoia. So I think it plays different, but
everybody's got it.
Yeah,
everybody's got it, but we're putting ourselves in the shoes to where this is clinical. They've been diagnosed. They're walking around, and they have the papers to prove it.
I think woman is more dangerous in that aspect.
You know what I always think about.
I don't want to talk about the dangers. I want to talk about.
No, you know what I'm saying.
Hold on, one second. I don't want to talk about the dangers. How everybody's story is.
I'm not talking about the dangers of it. I just said the word. I didn't mean to say it. I'm not talking about the dangers of it.
Respect. Where I wanted the conversations where these scenarios is trying to get at is how do they manage, and how do they not become enemies or us versus your sickness. How do couples and
There's
marriages
something in the
manage?
background. There's something in the background that's screeching.
Your sound technical difficulties a little bit.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
making that sound. And
I
where we trying to
apologize,
get at
Eddie.
is
Go
how
ahead.
do they manage? You heard? How do they bond still through the marriage is good.
No, now you were saying what? Not
Mic
a
check.
sickness, but like, yeah. Mic check.
Yeah,
But
you're
you
supposed
saying
to love
you were
somebody
saying
in sickness, in health. Now,
so if
if the
they
person you love or swore to love, it has one of these, diagnoses. This is because we're even if you don't have the diagnosis or haven't have experienced none of these scenarios, there's people out there that know that this happens so much that they came up with a word for it. You feel me? So there's people out there dealing with this. So that's what we're trying to speak from. Not no not know it. Well, we're speaking from our experience and words of wisdom. We're not nobody's on here is a professional or licensed therapist. You feel me? So our advice, somehow, some way, somebody's gonna hear it and take it.
I'm
For
gonna
what
let Mo go. I'm gonna let Mo go. Mo.
I want to just
Go ahead.
make one point that I was going to make before. I worked with the mental illness people at County DSO, and I remember we was in the class, Mega. And one thing I learned is that while people who are diagnosed, those people are to some extent, I don't want to say safer, but they have an idea of what's wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who could have these mental illnesses but are not diagnosed. So I was I'm just
in my in the statement. Okay.
So for me personally, if you take the same scenario and put two different people, one who's diagnosed with schizophrenia, paranoia, and then you put one who's not diagnosed, but they have the same recommendations, which one is going to be easier for me to acknowledge or represent, kind of thing? I'm going to know the person who is diagnosed with the paranoia and schizophrenia is doing that because schizophrenia is doing that because of the fact that they have that. The other person is going to be hard. I'm just going to be thinking, oh, they're doing that because what I'm like you said, I'm looking for answers now. At least when somebody has
attention seeker.
Is it that? I don't know what it is because they're not diagnosed. They could have paranoia, schizophrenia too, but because they're not diagnosed, and most people don't get diagnosed because of lack of accountability when it comes to the issues that they face. Because most people blame other people for what happened to them or what has happened to them, it never makes them take a time to go say, damn, I have this mental issue, or I have this thing that's why, or let me go look up and talk to somebody who can then diagnose me with a mental issue. Most people, I've realized, would love to be on SUV because they would love to play the victim. That's the majority of people. Most people. And instead of going,
what's that word, Mo? Where you're not attention is attention seeker, but you're this person that you believe everything is happening to you. Organs is shutting down. It's a word for that.
I think is it melanic? What is it?
Were they?
I know what you're talking about though too.
Yeah,
I know
there's nothing wrong with them.
When they just think everything's wrong, there's nothing wrong with that.
Not arachnophobia. What is it?
Oh man,
what the fuck is that fucking word? And so if you get, if you get someone like that, then how can you tell? Are they attention seekers, or they played so well that you want to believe that they need to go under the pill? You feel me? They mastered this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what we're talking about. That's what I was talking about. The severe outcome. It can go undiagnosed so long, and you think you can have it uncontrolled, and or off the
Okay, then
pills or on your medication.
what's the word that I'm looking for? That
Hypochondriac, where they always think that they're sick and they always think something's wrong.
right.
I
Now,
understand that.
now,
Yeah,
now,
but that's
what
usually with
happens?
physical illness, not mental illness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what happens when you get one of them? How can you treat that?
Well, I think
You
that
feel me?
mental health help and other things like that can always be helpful if the person's willing to get involved. But like I said, because of the fact that most people are not diagnosed, they don't even know to get the help because they're not diagnosed.
and there's no treating it.
Yeah.
What it
But
is there's support groups, there's wellness groups, there's things out there for people to find out what they're dealing with and to find out that they're not the only one.
I need to go to a meeting to find out I'm an alcoholic or I'm a crackhead. I'm looking for
It would help.
help.
It helps you. It helps you because being around people who have like one thing that helped me realize that I was addicted to weed because
It's
I
the
never thought
story.
of weed. What? Well, yeah, that's what it was. Me hearing a
It's the
person
story.
who was addicted to a stronger drug than me at one of my first meetings, who had such a similar story, said, "Damn, we got so much in common, except for the central thing that we are using." So for me, hearing him saying he had, because I remember I had an Xbox. I had pawned my Xbox right before I got my check, and I would get my check and go get my Xbox again, and then do that every time right before I got my check to make sure I had something to smoke. And then one day I just didn't go get the Xbox back. I said, fuck it. And he did the same thing, but for like dope or crack or something. And I remember going, oh, damn, that's crazy. How did he know my story? Because it was his story too. And it made me, it was one of my realization moments of being an addict. So I think that, you know, that's the similarities. But I feel like, yeah, the issue is people are not, it's hard for people to get diagnosed because they say it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. And most people, again, it makes them feel like they're the problem. If I have this mental issue, then I'm the problem, and I don't want to be the problem. So it's easier to say that everybody else around me is the problem. And I'll land with that.
Nixon 4, second scenario. The bedroom wall marathon. This scenario is dealing with severe depression. A wife falls into a heavy, dark, depressive episode. She hasn't left the bedroom or showered in 4 days. When her husband tries to offer words of encouragement or a warm meal, she simply stares at the wall in total silence. We're going to start with the female question first. Do you actually love me for who I am, or am I just a broken appliance to you when I don't have the energy to be functional and happy? Yeah, we're somehow putting ourselves in their shoes and trying to, you know, have words of wisdom and or from experience, I guess, how they should move or what they should do. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't understand the question.
Do you understand it, or did you want me to read it again?
So you're just presenting a scenario.
No, I read the scenario. That was the question I just read to you. The questions come off like you're talking to your significant other.
Okay, so how I understand it is there's a woman who's struggling with extreme depression, and she's having an episode, and she hasn't bathed or anything or groomed herself in 4 days. When her husband approaches her to see how she is or whatever, she just stares into the wall. That's the scenario, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What I don't understand, like, what do you want me to say?
Oh, the question.
Shut up, Dirt. Shut up, okay?
Can you go talk to her?
The question is
serious topic now.
She hasn't bathed for 4 days. Damn, son.
Keep that same energy, cuz.
No, that'd be. I'm gonna be honest with you. That'd be divorce papers for me. I know I'm not supposed to hit my bed, but I'm just letting you know. 4 days. If she's not responding, she don't have to respond, but she will be getting served with divorce papers.
I promise you, she has no shot. No shot on the 5th day. If you haven't bathed in 4 days, you got no shot on the
what
5th
are you doing?
day.
Let me interject. Let me interject for a moment. You know, someone who knows what depression.
You're lagging.
You're breaking up. Yeah, you're breaking up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I was saying, as someone who knows what depression feels like, and especially after accident, I mean, I've had different moments of depression. You know, after my father got murdered, I was depressed. After my grandmother got Alzheimer's disease, I got um, you know, after my church emptied my bank account, I got depressed. You know, after 9/11, I got depressed. You know, so I've had my moments in life in which
Hold
I
on.
know what that feels like.
I'm sorry, my sister. And I love you. That's 4
No,
different
Jim,
type of
not
depressions.
do not interrupt me right now, please, because I've listened
Yes,
to
ma'am.
you all evening. And the only reason why I say that, because this is a very serious topic. It's not funny, and
I'm not laughing.
um, and because I know, like, someone who was in a situation exactly as what Brother Manny just presented, and his wife, it was really pretty bad. I didn't even know how bad it was. You know, um, and you know, depression can make you feel sick. Like, there are times I felt physically ill, from the weight of and the burden of sadness. Now I'm a different type of person because I have faith. And so, and there were times that, you know, psychotropic antidepressants were introduced to me by the medical professionals. I have a fear of those type of medications because they can become addictive and you can become dependent upon them. And so there's a bit of anxiety for me when those type of topics come to the table by a medical professional. Um, but I do know people who have had to, you know, take those type of medications, even if it's temporary, to get the chemistry in their body rebalanced. And I had a friend whose wife was depressed for a very extended period of time, to the point that he didn't even know, because he worked like 14 hours a day. So he wasn't even aware that she wasn't doing certain household managing things, like taking her son to school and picking him up. And you know, the child had missed an extended amount of school time before he had realized that his wife wasn't even doing that, because he was working so much that he wasn't aware of the magnitude and the extent of her situation, of her illness. And it was when he realized, you know, just because sometimes, you know, women, we do have moods, you know, especially around our cycles, that can affect our moods. The moon, you know, that's real stuff. So sometimes when PMS or something comes up, you know, a man may say, "Oh, you know, she's PMSing," and he may miss the magnitude of how depressed she really is, and vice versa. I mean, I'm not going to say brothers don't struggle with depression. I know brothers struggle with depression. I'm very sensitive to what all of us go through in different times, and but in this situation, um, he was very supportive. I think depression is something that can be, you know, when it comes to the different spectrum of mental illnesses, depression is something that is can be, I think the person needs love more than anything. And I mean real love, like the kind you can feel. And, you know, and sometimes it does just take that shoulder to cry on, that pat on your back, that person to look you in the eye and say, you matter. You make a difference.
Respectful.
Almost, you know, because I wasn't even sure if I could make it through this call tonight, because to me this is a very serious
You.
question.
We love you, Mother Earth. We love you, Mother Earth. We love you.
Definitely love you, man.
We definitely love you, Mother Earth. You all right. You in great hands. We love you.
Love is
I love
love
you
always.
too.
Take your time. Take your time. You want to take a time out?
Yeah, I land. I land.
In that, the question was, do you actually love me for who I am, or am I just a broken appliance to you when I don't have the energy to be functional and happy? And just as she explained, obviously brothers haven't experienced that. We haven't, your wife or your loved one hasn't took hasn't gone through this to where you have been addressed with it, or you've been put in that position to see how you would react or what you would do. So these are real life scenarios that people have deal with, and that's what I applaud you, brothers. Appreciate you for sharing that, V. And got brothers that make light of it. However, these are real scenarios that people face, and where we trying to get at is this to point out how it's manageable. You don't have to give up on your partner or give up on life. It's manageable. You feel me? There's groups out there. There's peer support. There's other people that went through it. If they got a story that may help you today. The husband in that thing, I don't think he should be fixing and pressuring himself to like he has to fix the issue. She's going through something. It's not let her go through it to make 6 days. She's not going to be, hygienically taking care of herself. But you like V said, you find a way to make sure that they feel that they're loved. That could be the turning wheel in their head to, you feel me, want to go, be functional and happy. But when they're not, it's how you react. It's how you love that person when she actually can't love herself and love you at the same time. How can you love? You feel me? That's what we're trying to get at. Second
Yeah, and
question.
me
Go ahead.
personally, I think the way I deal with one of my thing is like when I deal with depression, it makes me want to clean up more. It makes me want to be clean more because it's the thing I can control. You know what I'm saying? I can't control whatever else is depressing me. So I think that based on how you handle depression, it makes it easier to overstand somebody who may handle it differently. It's gonna be hard for me to understand where she's coming from because I'm not gonna be able to get that. And I don't want to be mean to her or have beef with her, but yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get why you're not bathing or like why you're not. I don't understand. Like you're not cleaning up. I'm not gonna get that. I'm gonna think those are the things you should be able to do on whatever. Like I said, because that's just the way my mind works. I like what I can control. I can control cleaning up. I can control washing myself. That's my favorite place to go when I'm depressed, to the bath or the shower. I don't take baths, I take showers. I love getting in the shower when I'm depressed. It's one of my favorite things to do. And even if I get back out and be depressed again or whatever, because I've suffered from depression before and I have still have issues with it, but it's just like I said, I think that's the way you deal with it is, to me at least, it creates, is it empathy? Yeah, it creates the empathy.
Technical difficulties.
Somebody has
See,
Mic check.
see, see, you see, for me,
Mic check.
our I'm sorry, Mo, was you done?
Feedback.
Yeah, I'm done. I land.
Your mic. Your
Okay,
mic. Mic check.
go ahead,
Feedback.
go ahead,
Is my
Mother
mic
Earth.
is messed up? My mic is messed up.
No, we hear feedback.
Okay, let me fix it.
Mother Earth, you was going?
No. Okay, that we
Is
were
it
trying
good
to figure
now?
out.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out where the feedback, where the sound was coming
Oh,
from.
Whenever you
Okay.
hear that beeping, that sound is coming from Mo. Anything else, it has to be one of y'all or me.
I just lost train of
It's
thought. Can you give me that quick brief, real quick? Just run over the question.
well, Mo was saying that when he's
I lost my
depressed,
train of thought.
he's saying that when he's depressed or anxious or anything like that, he cleans and takes a shower. So he can't relate to someone
Okay,
who
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah. Only in that aspect. Why would we want to take on a dirty woman? And I'm not. I know I miss as men. I'm not speaking for all men. I'm just saying me. Every now and then, right? I miss a shower or two. Right? That's just me. I miss a shower too. If I'm home and I ain't doing shit and I ain't sweating and I ain't got no reason to get in the shower, I'm not. But that's different for our women because you got an inner, and you got titties, and whatever you're doing, you gotta, get in that fucking shower. You got to get in the shower.
You understand? That's easy to say, but like you're saying, Mo just gave the example. Dude, he said he knew he was addicted because him and the dude that was doing dope did the same thing with the Xbox. So by her not cleaning herself is the same thing as you going in the shower and cleaning yourself. So you do understand that you just have you deal with how you deal with your depression, which is you go clean yourself. She's dealing with her depression by not cleaning herself. It's the same thing on a different sides of the spectrum. You feel me? What was the quote you just said, Jeff?
Yeah, I was trying to get. Maybe I missed the question then.
Nah, it wasn't no
I
question.
thought it was on the
tapping
showers.
in.
If she didn't get in the shower 4 days, then what would you do?
No, that wasn't no question.
No, it's
I see.
based on
No, I'm
it's
lost. I'm lost. No, real shit. I'm lost because I was just doing something, and I'm lost.
Oh,
it's
respect.
more it's not really about the shower, it's about the depression.
Yeah, where she's at, her state of mind in that time.
Yeah. It's about the depression. So if your lady is not at her best and how she's showing up is that she's not taking care of herself, how do you respond how do you support her
Oh,
in that?
okay. I got you. I'm there for it because I've always been there. Yeah, I've been pregnant. Yeah, you shit it on yourselves, and I cleaned that shit the fuck up. Yeah, I'm there. If you with me and there's a moment where you just got either I'm gonna give you your timeout because timeout is definitely deserving, and then you know what I mean. Check on them every 20 minutes, 30 minutes because you got to do that. You got to repeat. I've absolutely done that. I've absolutely had women who was depressed. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just how we lived and what was your past relationship like. Drama, trauma, right? So I'm there with you 100% because I got it too. I got mistreated. But if we fit and we work, nigga, I know you need your time, and I'm gonna know that you need that check on every now and then. I'm not gonna shy away from that shit. That's just personal.
Appreciate you for sharing that. The male question is, remember, this is coming from like, if you're saying this, am I a total failure as a husband if my presence, my hard work, and my love aren't enough to make you want to live? And you just low-key tapped in on that a little bit.
A little bit. So watch this. It all depends on your past. For me, your past 3. If you synchronize these men in past relationships before me, then you already know what you want to, right? The men that you agreed to. Now here I'm different. So I gotta fucking figure the shit the fuck out. Type shit. I dealt with trauma women, man. They're pretty cool once you get past the tough skin, which is 4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days, get past the tough skin. And then you start to realize who the fuck or why she's like that.
And yeah, that's respectfully the response or how you react is where
Yeah, it's
is
just
what the
how
audience wants to hear in the comments. That's what they, I mean, that's the help for them. How did you react? How did you respond? So you know what I mean? Nobody.
I was more acceptable. I understood. I overstood the totality, the process of it. I understood it. I understood that where it was, here's where I want you to be. But in that, there's messy in there. It's gonna be messy. As long as you got the patience, right? And this is who you want, right? That's just for me. If you can if you understand the patience that you have to have, because the woman you want and the relationship she had, man, it is what it is. I land.
Respectfully, Dirk.
Can you ask the question again just so I can make sure I'm answering it correctly, please, and thank you.
Am I a total failure as a husband if my presence, my hard work, and my love aren't enough to make you want to live?
No, I don't feel
No,
that.
that's not the question. That's you asking her. Remember
Oh,
when I asked the female question, the female that's why she kind of low key didn't understand it, but her thoughts went right with
yeah,
the
with the
question.
answer, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when I'm
it
asking
did. Yeah.
the question is like you're asking it. So I'm not
Oh, what
asking the question to you, but the question
I
is,
thank you. I thank you for that, Mo, because I was answering it as far as her what I wanted her to answer. I didn't know it
yeah.
was our answer.
Okay, so I'm asking her, am I a failure?
am I a total failure as a husband if my presence, my hard work, and my love aren't enough for you to want to live?
I mean,
I don't think
I don't know if I would ask somebody that because I feel like not trying to just disrespect the question or the thing like that. I just feel like people have too many mental stuff, so I'm not gonna place my blame on your mental health or inability to be happy on myself. I think that the reality of life is was you always happy before you met me, or was you never happy then either, really? Let's be realistic with ourselves. Some people are never happy. So now because you feel like, oh, because I'm not a good enough husband or a good enough partner. Now that's your reasoning. So I mean, like, to me, I'm not allowing this person's in happiness with my service to say, all right, boom, because you could do the most for somebody and it can mean nothing. So, or it can get no points. So it's like, I'm not gonna do that because I know that you probably already have some emotional trauma that has nothing to do with me.
Respectfully.
So I couldn't even see myself asking that at this point in my life or at this age or wondering that. No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna have that as an illusion in my main that, oh, this is because of me.
Your mic is still making that noise, brother.
My bad. Thank you. I don't know.
Am I a total failure as a husband? For me in this scenario, no, I'm not a failure. What I would do is, like I said before when she answered, I'm not going to force a solution because when somebody is going or dealing with, I had a incident with somebody who had mental health issues, and I got look back now that I didn't handle it the best way. However,
it's not funny. It's really not funny. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. But long story, what did you learn?
no, what I learned was that, like I said, there is no solution when somebody's going through an episode who's been off of their medication, that they're used to taking medication. And when you first get approached with this, it throws you off guard. You feel me? But this is a person that you love, you kin to, you support, you care for.
Growing
You can't.
personality and all that. Growing to learn the personality. Now,
Yeah, respectfully.
beyond personality, you got to deal with, holy shit, I didn't see this one, but there were signs there. There's definitely signs of miscommunication. You're off somewhere. But it's up to men to like get it, understand it, and help them through it. No, real shit, Mo. Like, I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but we both been there. Both dealt with the same type of women. I know you too, Mo. And I respect you, 80, but as of like having relationships with a person like that, for men, nigga, we want out, but we love that person. So what can we do to calm, smooth, and get your thoughts in the right direction? I'm gonna be honest.
You just asked me what I learned.
Yeah.
I learned to go with my conscience and go with that so-called gut feeling. You feel me? Because just us dealing, like, she, after dealing with me, she took someone's life due to the fact that off medication, off doing certain things, and just not handling, and just not having a support group or whatever, and things.
Well, I hope you're not
nature.
in that aspect. Don't blame you.
I'm not blaming me. I'm saying that I was in one of these relationships where, you feel me, these things indeed happen. It's not it's how we respond, our reaction, our stories, our words of wisdom. You asked me, what did I learn? I learned to go with my conscience. You feel me? If I knew better support tactics and things at that time, then that probably could have prevented somebody from losing their life, or that life could have been mine. We wouldn't even be on landing plane today if I didn't have, you feel me, that discernment. So it's not shunning them, or you feel me, of what they're going through. What we trying to do is, like I said, is give our story and support the best way we know how. But we're not professionals in as far as there's no treatment for it. That's what I was saying. But yeah.
Where's your ex?
There is no treatment for it.
Where's your ex now?
She locked up.
Where's his ex now? She got a body.
25 to life.
That's the person I fake no to. That wasn't her first one, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you met Kai? You met Kai?
Oh my God! I didn't want to say the person's name. You can't be real.
Man, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's Kai.
Yeah,
that's my cousin.
Disclose, certain information. That's what
Man, nigga, fuck all that dumb shit. Did you meet Kai? That's it.
Yes, I did.
We're gonna go to commercial. Tap in if you followed this show this far so long. Appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. Hype me up. Jump in them comments. If any of these questions refer to you, answer them. Tap in.
Land Your Plane is a show where truth takes off and accountability lands. Guests face honest questions about love, loyalty, relationships, ego, family, and the conversations most people avoid. Want to be a guest or bring family on? If you have a story, unresolved conversation, relationship question, or truth you're ready to face, we want you on the show. Apply here. And somebody will get back to you or comment. Ready to land.
This book is dangerous, not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning, side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening.
Lobby doors.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe if you tuned in. Let's move into the next scenario. This one is dealing with mania. Gotta remove that one, bring this one back. Yup. Mic check, mic check.
You're making that sound again, brother.
Me?
Yes.
Oh man.
The whole show.
It's like you ever tap on the mic
It's
when they be like mic
screeching.
check, like it's
Yeah,
doing
it's
that.
screeching.
I don't know if it's too loud. Maybe I gotta turn it down. Y'all hear it now or no?
We can hear you, but you still got screeching in the background.
It's
All
like
right,
a
hold-
tap. It's like a screech tap, like a tap tap. It's like sound like you're like a fan
It's
is
hitting the
going
mic.
on.
I get you.
You know when they hit the mic. Right.
Is this one better? Still doing it?
No.
Okay.
It's not as bad, but it's a lot more subtle now.
Next scenario, ladies and gentlemen. This one is dealing with mania. A husband with bipolar disorder enters a manic phase. He stays awake for 48 hours straight, completely ecstatic. At breakfast, he proudly announces he just spent $10,000 on their joint savings to buy inventory for a world-changing smartphone app idea he thought of at 3 a.m. We're gonna go to, we did the female question last. We're gonna go to male question. Why do you always doubt my capability to build a big successful life for us the second I finally feel confident and inspired? This is him asking the wife. Fellas.
It is him asking her, why do you deny my responses? Like not my responses, but my
Why you doubting my capabilities when I just got
right,
this?
right,
I
right.
just got the confidence right now to do it.
Um
Why you think she would do that?
in somewhat we just got things going back and forth with he and she. But he already has the plan. Why do you deny my capability and what I'm, then you're not the one. That's just plain and simple. You're not the one that I could provide in or come to you and say these little, hey man, I got this going and I got this going, and you already, I don't think you should, I don't think you should. And we control the narrative. So being asked to not do it, that's not the woman for us. I'll land with that. Hey, y'all doing too much over there.
The dirt.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute my bike.
Say like for me personally, just being a comedian and having outside the box dreams, I don't expect support from other people that much as I should. I'm at this point I kind of get it. I won't get the support I think I should or whatever. And I'm just gonna keep making it happen. That's it. I'm not gonna be shocked if you don't believe in my new app. I'm not expecting you to believe in it. I'm not gonna allow that to make me feel defeated either, because that can make me not continue to keep producing, to stop the production based on your thought process. Like whatever. If I tell you and you don't believe in it, then hey, then so I know that's in general too, and I don't think it means the person's a bad person. I know the reality of life is some people don't believe it. You know, when you try to get people to believe in something, if they don't see it, it doesn't feel real to them yet.
That's a fact. You got it. Like a while ago, I was telling my brother, me and Eddie got away to where you could own the property for cheap. You just gotta take certain drastic measures if you wanted to have that time. That nigga said basically,
Oh, it's really bad now.
Technical difficulties, bro. Bad.
It's real bad now.
Why does it keep doing that? So what's up?
Me?
Yeah, every now and then it just does that.
Keeps popping in and out doing that dumb shit.
Okay.
No, long story short, I just remember a conversation me and my brother was having, my brother 80, and he didn't believe it. He wanted to see it to believe it. So a lot of people is on that same mentality. That's all I wanted to say.
Doubt capability. Why should we be doubting your capability coming up with this big idea, world-changing invention at 3 a.m. in the morning? Genius happens at any and all time. So the fact, if she would have to, she don't have to be with the idea, but support me in the way thinking, all right, yeah, your idea is that's an incredible idea, babe. Just be supportive, I guess, in a way to where to be supportive in a way to where he feels respected, because if you try to like capability of building a successful life. A second, finally.
I can't hear you.
She tries to my bad, I just lost my train of thought.
If she tries to do what?
I lost my train of thought. I was talking. What was I saying? She tried what? I have a voice screaming.
Tries to do what? Escapability, and she tries to do something.
You're breaking up now too. Oh, yeah, capability. If she has to support him in a way that, like I said, he feels respected. So even if she knows that she doesn't support the idea, she supports him. You feel me? He walks away with his ego intact, and he doesn't feel like, all right, now I got a beast mode. Now I gotta prove more and type shit, to where like I said, it pushes sides, her against him or her against his illness and shit like that. We're trying to find a way to where if somebody's
You freezing. You froze. He's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Is he frozen to you guys too?
Hey, bro, you're frozen. You rebooting?
also tell Mo go to a quick commercial.
Mo, you hear me? He said go to a commercial. Make some noise.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half. Hot boy Shay. Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Mo.
Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm
10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pin.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Whoa. Damn. Got fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds, it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. That's the word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking niggas. We outside.
I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that, you feel me? Yeah.
Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong career field. You be surprised what type of man I see on a daily. Oh, what? That make you nervous? You scared?
Nah, not even.
I think you kind of see her go from a stable person to just kind of really wanting to hold on to a relationship that probably does need to end.
Excuse me? It's been a few days with who? Who you been working with? And who are you about to compare me to?
I'm just tired.
No.
Need to get some rest.
No, let's talk about it. Who are you about to compare me to?
Nobody.
Was it the girl that dropped you off? Yeah. I saw that person drop you off. Who the fuck was that?
A friend that, everybody try to keep around in life, that's still, doing the normal things, having a job, taking care of bills.
I know I ain't got much, man, but I know I can only use $2.
Nah, man, you ain't have to do that.
Man, look, bullshit. It's your dream, man. You're my boy. Plus, I gotta make sure you give me a shout out, man, when you get your Grammy. I gotta make sure I contribute to your dream, man.
Go watch I'm So Tyrell, Make Some Noise on YouTube. Go watch it now. It's on YouTube now. Now we get a licensing deal and they tell us to take it off. You won't be seeing it and you'll be mad because it's on some sort of platform. So you getting first dibs to watch it before anybody. As we create it, we load it up and you get to watch it.
Yo. Am I laggy on this? I'm good.
I think that tickets are good.
You can hear me? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Oh, we good. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. Phone died.
Is Mo good?
One of the computers died. One of the cameras. Yeah, finish my thought. My thought was to make sure that he walk away with his ego intact, that next time he'll approach the idea as a team versus just waking up by himself and keeping all of these inventions to himself. The way that she supports it or responds to it is the way that it won't continue as every 3 a.m. or she won't feel outside the idea and they team up. You feel me? That's where I was leading with that. Sure, I gotta get back to this. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Need this, cuz. And we're back.
There we go. Well, this goddamn thing still got life in it. All right, last scenario, ladies and gentlemen. The perfect clean slate. No, what is this? Hold on. Matter of fact, I'll do this one. This one is paranoia and depression. The local bathroom door. Last scenario, ladies and gentlemen. An hour before hosting a long-awaited dinner party for the wife's co-workers, the husband crippled by deep depression and paranoid thoughts that her friends secretly despise and mock him, locks himself in the bathroom and refuses to come out. All right. Who we did first, the male or female? Question last.
It was male last, but can you please say that one more time?
Gotcha. An hour before hosting a long-awaited dinner party for the wife's co-workers, the husband, crippled by deep depression and paranoid thoughts that her friends secretly despise and mock him, locks himself in the bathroom and refuses to come out. Excuse me. I'll start with the female question. Does my happiness, my career, and my social life mean anything to you, or does your illness always get to hold our entire life hostage? You get the question? Low-key. Vic?
I'm sorry, I thought you were posing the question to the men. So you were saying, does our happiness...
Let me read it again.
Yeah, I know the scenario. Like he's locked himself in the bathroom.
Gotcha. Question is, does my happiness, my career, and my social life mean anything to you, or does your illness always get to hold our entire life hostage?
And that would be my question to my husband. Is that my husband's question to me?
Your question to your husband.
Okay.
My question to you.
I mean, definitely, if there's in this particular case, I could lose my job, or it could have impact how I'm viewed on my job, and and then you have this whole scenario where your friends secretly don't like him or making some type of judgment about him behind your back. Most women can sense things, and most women can't hide their opinion. They kind of wear their emotions on their sleeves. So even, they may not be saying anything to, like that man is crazy, you need to leave that man or anything like that. But you can probably sense it. Things get quiet when you come into the room and all that kind of stuff. But if my husband or my significant other, I'm having a dinner party in which my professional colleagues are coming and you're having an episode. Wow. How do you handle that situation? I wouldn't even know what to do in that moment, other than either take the party, say, hey, let's, gotta get everybody together, have a quick little snack, and then, hey, let's go to a restaurant, or, until I can handle my husband or get my friends to, handle everybody as I try to hide the situation that my husband is hiding in the bathroom. And then after that situation, when the night is over, I would have to have a conversation with my husband if he's capable of having a conversation. Because those kind of scenarios do impact what could potentially happen in my career.
Mm-hmm. Respectfully. Gentlemen, any questions for her?
Yeah, Mo.
Would you think less of him? Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. My mic was muted. No, I wouldn't think less of him. I don't think, because I'm in love. I love my man. Um, I'm very sensitive to people who struggle with certain things. So, I'm a hypersensitive person. So I tend to be more empathetic and try to understand the other person's perspective before I place any type of judgment or anything like that. Is what I would try to do. But at the end of the day, I do have to protect myself, because now we're getting to a situation where my husband potentially or my significant other may not be equipped to support me and support the family. So there's so much at stake here. And it may be even a time I have to call in either my family members or his family members to come in to support us through the situation. And maybe it could be even if you're fortunate enough that his mother is around, it may be one of those situations where his mother is the kind of person that can help him, hey, mom, your son is locked in the bathroom. I need you to have a conversation with him because this is the situation. My boss is here. We've planned this for weeks, and he's in the bathroom. He can't come out. Can you help me with this? And so it may be one of those situations. You can talk to his mother on the phone, and she can, or his father, and they can help with the situation. But I wouldn't, in those such situations, I wouldn't feel less of him. No. Mm-mm. I would just try to figure out what's going on. And if there is potential solution, then we can try to work through it. If there's not, however, um, only way I would probably leave is if there's abuse involved. Then I have to leave. I have to have my escape route. And I have done that to save my own life.
Respectfully.
Male question. Since I am clearly an inadequate embarrassment to you compared to your successful peers, wouldn't it be better if I just remove myself entirely? Gentlemen, that's you asking her.
Who the fuck is this dude? I don't know. I don't talk like that. I can't.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. Y'all niggas can act. You can get a script and fucking act the shit out. It's acting. You putting yourself in this person's shoes. You can give it.
So now
You haven't been the actual experience, respectfully. But
you're wording it different now. Like you're wording it different. I'm going for real life. So if you're going for real life acting, then I'm gonna be 100 with it. Man, listen. Look, I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna.
Who is
right?
Name a scenario.
It's funny because my bad. Let me see.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's funny because I may be overconfident. Like I could be in a situation where I am allegedly less than the people that you work with. I'm not gonna feel like that. It just doesn't. My brain doesn't work like that. Cause I always feel like value. I always feel value in myself, and I'm gonna be thinking like, what I'm good at, they're not good at. Yeah, they might have $1 million. They might have this. They might have that. But I don't. Just because they have more than me or whatever financially doesn't mean they're more valuable than me. And I'm not gonna allow that to. I think, like I said, I think Venus put it the best way because I know she didn't take it from me, but she said kind of the same thing I said, where it's because of my lack of that type of emotion that makes it difficult for me to be like that for people because I can't relate. I can't
All right. Well,
relate.
now, all right. Put yourself. It's not you locking yourself in the bathroom. It's your wife, and you're the one that's about to have the party. Your wife locks herself. She's the one dealing with paranoia, depression. If you can't put yourself in that shoes,
but you.
All right, you can't put yourself in that shoes. You can't explain from that point of view. You could explain from the other point of view.
But how can I explain from her point of view? She's
You're not explaining her point of view. You're explaining your point of view with
how I
her in the
feel.
bathroom, not attending
Yeah,
the
I'm a,
party
I'm gonna
because
be
she has
I'm gonna be
paranoia
tight.
depression.
I'm gonna be tight because I hate when my partner has a problem picking out her outfit for us to go do a comedy show. If it's my night, it's my night. Like it don't have it's not all the other stuff is like you're supposed to be adding on. You're just there. You're just there. It's my night. So if it's my night of a show and now you're locked in the bathroom when I'm supposed to be going to do jokes or whatever, wherever I work at the company, I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna want to, even if we don't have to break up now or not be with each other. I'm not gonna want you to come anymore. I don't want you to come there because you're not able to handle that. So I will just go by myself now. Next time, I'm not gonna want to bring you there. That's another thing I feel like that people don't realize. Everybody, like people want to be everything for everything, but everybody's not good at everything. I know that about myself, and I can say about somebody else. So you might not be good at going to parties for my business or whatever. So this is it. We're not gonna have you in the bed. This will be your one free pass to go sit in the bathroom, or really, literally, get in the car and go home. I'll take an Uber. Or come pick me back up. Why are you locked in the bathroom? Just get out of here. Go get in the car and go home, and then when it's over, I'll call you. You can pick it back up, or I'll take an Uber home. Everything else is you because now you're holding the bathroom up, and it's drawing attention away from what we're here to do. Go home. Go home. No, I'm being serious. I swear to God. Go home.
What are you there to do?
I don't know, but it ain't for you to. It's for you to lock the bathroom up. It's not for that. Because now somebody's trying to go to the bathroom, they can't get in there because you got the door locked. And
Oh,
now it's like
y'all niggas had a Diddy party.
I don't know what was going on. I don't know. All I know is no, you can go home and go chill at home and go somewhere else and then pick me up after this event is over.
She locked herself in the bathroom at the Diddy party because you didn't say what you was going to do. You ain't do it.
Obviously, this event is not for. And what happened? All right. Yeah. Now I get what you're saying, but now for me personally, I don't like that. Just take yourself home and I'll get her to the car as soon as possible, and let's get you home if you're able to drive yourself, or go sit in the car outside. Don't be in the area when we got things going on like a business party or something.
Nah,
Drawing attention away from that.
on the other side, I wouldn't even say um 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 go in the car in the parking lot. I say go home. Take yourself
Yeah.
home, man. Yeah, go home. Cuz. Don't worry about me. I get home. You feel uncomfortable and all that other, and you told me, and I responded the way I respond. Go home. Don't sit in the parking lot. I said go home.
My response as the gentleman to the female, if my lady locked herself in the bathroom, would be to cancel the party. You only got, you feel me? Is that time to where if whatever she's dealing with in that time of crisis, that's one of those most bonded times that you may be able to miss, to be able to bond with your partner. You feel me? However, if you have your eyes on the event or whatever you want to do, that's up to you. You feel me? But in my mind, at that time, what's important to me would be what she's going through. That crisis will be more important than that party to me. And like V said, if after the party or whatever we can do to make sure when she does come out that bathroom, she can share what led her to shutting down and going into that. That is one of those instances, like I said, that you may be able to miss, to be able to bond with your partner. And these are the things that I was looking to try to bring out, as far
That's
as
probably why
how
I'm a
people
bad
win.
partner. That's probably why I'm a bad partner. I don't want to cut you off, but I'm not even thinking like. There's no way. I'm not even like. That to me sounds like I don't give a. I don't care.
Respectfully.
I
Yeah,
don't want
but
to.
look,
I'm not gonna
Mo,
ruin my life
look, Mo.
based
You
on your.
still gonna you still gonna want her to go home, and then you deal with that later. You feel
No, I
me?
don't want to deal with it later. I want you
You're
like
gonna
I don't want
have
to deal
to.
with it. I don't want to deal with that.
She obeyed your command. Now
I
she
mean,
know
I'm
when
gonna
she
go
go
home
home.
now after having a good party. Not because, but after I had this good party and everything was cool.
Yeah,
I gotta come home and
yeah.
sit in your depression.
Yep,
No, nigga,
yep.
no, nigga,
Yes,
I'm
you
good.
do. Yes, you
Not
do.
me.
Because
Not
that's your
hell no.
woman, bro.
I don't
That's who
care.
you want to be your woman, bro.
No, I don't. Not at that point. Now I definitely don't. I don't want to deal with that. I'm not putting you through that, so why would I want you to put me through that? That's not fair. I don't want to
Nah,
do
it's
that.
the to each his
I'm not
own.
a dep-
I'm just,
I don't deal with depression like that, so I don't understand people who want other people to suffer from their depression. That to me is awkward. You should be able to deal with it yourself. You should, or get a actual professional. Me, no, I don't want to.
get a therapist.
Yeah, don't be expecting me to come home after the party. We done chilled and all of that
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
party,
niggas is mean as
and
fuck,
and
bro.
going, yo, what's wrong with you? You still nah? I'm not even. Yo, I'm gonna come in and probably I might want to do it. That's what I'm hoping. I'm happy you're there at the house for because I want to do it. Other than that, I'm not. I hope you're not in that mode anymore. Talking about no depression. I don't want to hear that because then I'm gonna be
And
mad. I
can I
didn't
ask
go.
you a personal question?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's in the bag right now. Good.
You can go, V. What's up?
Um, when is the last time you asked your lady how does she feel?
When's the last time?
Not how
Eh,
she's doing, how she's feeling.
I can't even. I don't even know.
Because
Man,
because
when's the last time I asked you how? My bad. 2 seconds, man. When's the
uh,
last time I asked you how you was feeling? Yeah. Yeah. I don't. She don't. I don't. I don't care about that.
wow,
That's dangerous. I love
yeah,
you,
that's
my
deep.
brother.
That's interesting. 'Cause I think what I gather from you is you're a doer, you're a goal setter, and so what you accomplish is very, very important to you. Yeah, yeah. So you're not anchored in emotions at all,
No.
and so because your feelings come from your checklist. Like I accomplished this, check. I got a good feeling. Now let me move on to the next thing. Check. I get a good feeling from that. So let me go and move on to the next thing. Check. I get a better feeling from that. And then once I fulfill on this goal, I'm ready to move on to the next goal. Right?
That is correct. That's pretty adequate. That's pretty adequate. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're very goal. You're a doer.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's more about how you're the kind of person that's like, how are you doing versus how are you feeling?
Yeah. I might not even, man. Listen, but yeah, I'll let you live with that. I'm like I know it. That's why I say I be joking, but I be serious. I am like misogynistic, and you know what I mean. Like I do like don't view. I probably don't view things the way I probably should, but I just don't. I really don't care because I know that the way like I'm listening to him talking about some shutting the whole party down. I'm like, yo, that could have been your big chance to handle stuff. You're shutting it down for this person's emotions. That's
That's
something
because
like,
he's in love. There's a he's in love.
I'm in
It's
love.
love make and that's real love. That's real love. Like
oh
real love.
man. So,
That's
and the
love.
person who's willing to let you shut the party down, they're also in real love.
Well, the thing is, this person is having a mental health crisis. So
You
it's
could
not
just
like
take it off mental health. Just give they got cancer, they got something, they got the illness. If you're not ready to, and if you took that oath to deal to swore to love them in sickness and health,
To
this is
death
what
do
comes
us
later.
part. To death do us part.
But if
everything,
that
That's
person
all of
what
that,
loves
that's
you,
what comes with
all
it.
of that.
let me ask you
Don't
that
say
Yeah,
question.
what
If
it
all of
that
was,
that.
person
young lady.
loves you, would they want you to shut it down?
You say that again?
If that person loves you, would they want you to shut it down?
That's
Of
what
course
you
of
abide
course they
by.
wouldn't want you. Of
Yeah,
course they
that's what you
wouldn't want to
abide
shut it.
by.
It's shut
Yeah,
down. However,
shut
their
it
illness,
down.
they don't have if they don't have control over their illness, then how that turns out is, you feel me, is how you respond.
It's just
It
Yeah,
ain't so much
I
about shutting the
I
party
am
down.
that's the
truly a
nature of
believe
saying shit.
in life is 10% what happens and 90% how you respond to it. Your
Yeah,
response
but
should
look,
be to gain what you could gain from the party, not allow yourself to not gain because you shut the whole party down because this person is crazy or whatever. That's awkward. That doesn't make sense. That's not
And
growth.
you point them as this
well,
person. When if it's if you
if
had
that,
a connection or emotions or feelings for this person, it wouldn't be that person. This is your significant other, your wife.
right,
It ain't just that person where you can do
say
that
this.
for. It ain't a friend that
Say
you can just
that's
be like, yo,
say
bro,
that's your
get it
say that's your
together.
favorite uncle, right? That's your favorite uncle, and you at his crib, and you know he's old, and he tells you to shut the party down, man. I want to go to sleep. You're not gonna shut the party down.
It's his
No,
crib. I got
no.
no choice. It's his crib. If it's my crib, then nigga, you need to focus on getting the crib so you can shut it down and go to sleep. But if it's his crib, I have no choice. That's his crib. I can't keep partying at somebody else's crib. I don't even know why I'm throwing a party at his crib. But yeah, I would have to stop it. But if I didn't rented a hall and whatever reason, and I'm having a comedy show, like I said, and in the comedy show, right when I'm doing it, my significant other goes into the bathroom and locks in the bathroom for the show, you need to leave. You're not the same way you're saying I'm not showing love by not shutting it down. You're not showing love by doing what you're doing at this time in my life. My growth is not important to you. My that to me is just as selfish. So then, like, what is not? Why is my version of selfishness so awkward? Of me not wanting to shut it
Because
down.
there seems to be a lot of sensitivity
You don't have
to the
mental health
other person,
problems. They do.
to the
I
person
do
who
have
has
mental.
who's.
My
But let me
bad,
ask you
baby.
something. No, no, no. This is great. This is great dialogue. We're all here to offer and not judge. And so, have you ever had your heart broken?
Many
I'm
times,
sure. I'm sure. Many times
many
I have.
times,
Yeah.
many times.
Do
What
you
does
do
that
you
mean?
think that? Well, I'm asking because it may contribute to how you handle things now. I know most men, once they've
No,
had their heart
I'm
broken, they're
grown
like,
now.
you know,
I'm
you
grown now.
know.
I understand what the assignment is. I'm not bigger than the program. I'm just
I
gonna
wouldn't
stand my
say.
ground. Now
I
hold
wouldn't.
on. I'm gonna stand my hold on, Mo. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm not bigger than the program. I don't demand
Mhm.
anything, but what I'm saying is true. You got the best of me, right? Hey man,
But when
do the
your heart,
same thing.
after your heart got broken, do you think
I
that
got
impacts
better.
how you? Okay.
Nope, nope. I got better. I got better. Well, that's not the woman I want. She just told me what's up. And then I just
Okay.
was taught how to get better in choosing my women now.
Okay.
I wouldn't. All right. Is that you? That's good. You got it, Jim. I don't want to cut you off.
You land your
Respectfully,
plane,
bro.
Jim?
All
Yes,
right.
yes.
Respectfully. I wouldn't say that it doesn't contribute at all to my belief systems or my way of being, but I also think, and like I said, it's because of the fact that I feel like as a man, I'm a leader, and I think that leaders make tough decisions that might not seem that are not based on the idea of what you may think is right or wrong or what's emotional or not emotional. It's just the idea of being a leader. And if we're a team, every team to me has a captain. Every team has a coach. Those people represent the leader. So I'm not going to turn down a situation that where we can gain from it in the end because you're hyperventilating over some bullshit. Because we're gonna, in the end of it all, if I send you home and then I still do the thing that I needed to do at this party, and now I get a raise at that same job, we both benefit from it. So I'm thinking about the benefit of the situation. So again, to answer that question, I don't think that it did. It did show me that things can be temporary that may seem permanent. The times when I got my heart broke, things can be temporary that seems to be permanent. However, I can't say it doesn't. It didn't add to my thing, but it also made me show that the person who will be in my corner is myself in the end. That people will, other people may pretend to be in your corner, but it could be temporary or based on the idea of if they love you at the time. Because the same person who goes to your restaurant when y'all in love, y'all break up, they're not coming by to get a burger no more.
And because usually sometimes when everybody handles pain differently, and pain can be a contributing factor to mental health issues and how we learn how to cope from that moment of pain forward. Um, I find too that what is that song, that line in Jay-Z, that Jay-Z had that song, it's about not let the tears fall, but the song cries for him.
Oh, when he
It's
says, "I know how I was living was whack, but you don't get a nigga back like that."
no, it's a song. He
That's the same
said,
song. I
okay,
can't see him
but what?
coming down my eyes, so I got to make the
Yes,
song
I can
cry.
make the
That's
song
the same
cry.
song.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, my bad.
I
Yeah.
no
So
no,
it's
I
kind
had
of
the wrong part of the song, but I know the song. Yeah, I do.
But I say you
okay.
just had. I about to say, bro, you got the wrong part of the song, bro.
And so, and I know guys know the lyrics more than many women do. Some women know it's lyrics, but guys be knowing those lyrics, and women tend to know the, you know. um, but it's kind of like for kind of like that. It's like once your heart has been broken, there's like this promise you make to yourself that I don't want to ever experience that depth of pain again.
What's
And
a
so
good
there
girl's
be
going bad? She's gone forever. Not to cut you over. Is that the line you talk about? What's a good girl's going bad? She's gone forever.
that's no they just mentioned that. I think that was wasn't that New York when he's that lyric New York? Good
No,
girls
he
gone
says
bad.
once a good girl's going bad, she's gone
Yeah,
forever. It's on the song cry
Okay.
song.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking okay, yes. But good girls
that's it.
that it can go both ways for good girls, because I'm a good girl. I was labeled, let me say that, as a good girl. And um but I never really went bad. I started going extra good, so that's when I became a Christian. I got devoted to the church and started serving in the ministry and all that stuff. And that wasn't a safe environment either, because it's really I didn't, once my heart was broken, I definitely didn't want to experience it again. But I think with each heartbreak, I began to be more sensitive, where some people are the opposite. It's like once they're broken, it's like, okay, you can become like, okay, I don't give a F. It's all about, what I can accomplish from this day forward. And I'm not going to let anybody stop that, And so that's why I asked the question about, the heartache, because a lot of times people don't want to get in touch with those feelings anymore.
I think it's just that I just like because like we talked about support before, because I might not feel like arguing or whatever about support or how much support I get or don't get or how I get it or how I receive it. Because of that, I realize that the number one support I have is going to be myself. It's not going to be somebody else outside of myself because, like I said, most people's support is based on a condition. It's
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
so, especially when it's outside of yourself. So when people, so it's
Mhm.
like, you're funny when we're cool. When we're not cool or we beefing, you're not funny. Or I'm not gonna like. If we're
Mm.
cool, I'll like your videos. If we're beefing, I'm not liking your videos. If we're, you know what I mean? It's all of those type
Mm-hmm.
of things. So I think that because of and I think that consistency is the root to success because those conditions can create a lack of consistency. Is why I think it creates a thing of I have to be focused and be consistent, or I won't make it.
Gotcha. I understand your perspective. I mean, I get it, but I also understand Brother Manny, Brother Dela.
Yeah.
I understand his perspective as well. You know, I do. I totally get it because
I get
it's
it.
love. Love runs deep when it's real love, and and it can compel you to give that much of yourself, um, to make that type of sacrifice, should I say?
Yeah.
In a situation, such as that. These scenarios that's been presented,
You like
and okay, because I have my head. This headphone is that better? Sometimes I think I have to press the headphone for people to hear it. So, it's love is I'm a lover, and I love deep. I love very hard. I love probably too hard. I had to learn how not to love so hard, because I hate to see others in pain because I can feel their pain. And, it is an emotional thing, very emotional. And when you can feel it, I mean, you literally can feel it, like feel it, like it's your own. And it does compel you to make choices based on the
yeah,
well-being of those that you care about.
one of them punishments of the water signs. We feel everything.
Yeah.
I thought you was a Scorpio is a water sign.
I can say
Yes, we're it's the African Scorpio. Scorpios are usually in water. They're around like swamps and stuff like that.
Okay.
Scorpio. So that's the one that is represented in the zodiac.
Yeah, I never knew that. I'm a fire sign
And
though,
that
so that's why I'm a fire sign.
Leo.
Sagittarius.
Yeah. Okay, okay. My mother's a Sagittarius.
When's her see that?
Her birthday is December.
9th of December.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm December 13th.
Okay. When is Jay-Z's birthday?
The 4th.
Oh,
Me,
here we go.
Jamie
Okay.
Foxx, and Taylor Swift have the same day.
Oh, fine. You're on the path to millions of dollars.
I mean,
That's
I
that's
don't
Labor
know.
Day.
I'm sure I got some broke people with the same C day too, but in my mind, those people just stand out.
For a lot of
Respectfully,
broke people.
everybody. Great episode, man. I thank y'all for sharing y'all thoughts. Man, thank you for flying out with me today. Today was it wasn't turbulent. I would say it was a. Did we crash or did we land?
We landed.
we
We
went there.
landed.
It was cool. It was cool. I
Yeah,
like
we
this episode.
good episode. Good. So Mo, Juneteenth.
It was it was it
Oh
was
yeah,
it was it was hold on. It was what was needed for the program, but it was touching the others. You feel what I'm saying? Like you hit on topics that niggas had to go into the bag and think about that motherfucking question.
I hope I set the tone for the month, man. Mental awareness. Like I said, if you're dealing with something, reach
So
out,
that
man.
was
You're not the
that,
only
that
one.
was fire. You made Mother Earth shake the earth. You feel me? Yeah, I felt it over here, Mother Earth. That's how what I say. I said, take your time. I'm the first person that spoke when you rumble the motherfucking ground.
Thank you,
Respect.
brother.
um,
It,
It's all love.
it's all love.
all right. All right, it's Juneteenth comedy show here at 3325 Keithshire Way at the spot. I'm going to be on there, 34 and a half. Brandon McNeil, Aaron Montez, Raylan Owens. It's only $5 at the door. If you can't afford that, then you probably still in slavery. It's only $5. Make sure you come through and getting tapped in with us. We need you. And I don't know what's going on. But we need you to come through there and watch the show and get involved with us. It's gonna be great. June is a lot of stuff. It's mental health. It's Pride Month, and it's also the month that we celebrate the end of slavery. So, don't make I guess have some Black pride while you celebrate the end of slavery or whatever. And if you're not Black and you like the fact they ended slavery, you can still come through. It's only $5. Goddamn, we donate. We taking most of the money to try to make sure one of the comedians can get at least 1 acre and a dog. They can't get a mule. Mules are very expensive.
The one that ended slavery, man. Put your money in that shit.
But please come to the June 18th show. Please and thank you.
The nigga said come support the end of slavery.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for flying out with me today. Like I said, love is love, always. We're going to get to our closing thoughts. Let's see how we do this right. Taking them right. All right. If you or your spouse recognize your own marriage on today's show, please don't try to navigate this isolation by yourself. There is a whole community of professionals and peers ready to back you up. If you listen to these scenarios and felt a heavy pit in your stomach because they sounded a little too familiar, take a deep breath. You are not crazy. You are not a failure. And you are definitely not alone. Living in a marriage with conditions like paranoia, severe depression, or mania is one of the most exhausting, invisible battles a couple can fight. It forces you into survival mode. It turns everyday moments like looking at a security camera or a closed bedroom door or a bank account shift into high-stakes psychological standoffs. But as we look at today, the breakthrough happens when you stop debating the symptoms and start looking at the hidden questions underneath. You don't have to tear each other apart. If managed constructively, these exact moments of extreme vulnerability are where the deepest, most unbreakable emotional bonding is forged. You can separate the partner you love from the disease that is attacking your household. It takes time, and it takes firm boundaries, and it takes an immense amount of grace. Immense amount. Remember, reaching out for support isn't a sign that your marriage is failing. It's proof that you're willing to fight for it. Thank you for listening. Check your baggage at the door. Protect your peace. We'll see you next week. And thank you for flying with us on Land Your Plane Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.